Hello, guys. I'm Pastor Ed Milad. We have a panel of incredible people. Of course, my lovely wife, Vicky, is with me. We also have Lorenzo Jesus, and they are going to share with us some of the insights that we gather out of our incredible incentive trip that came to us. And of course, we miss being there, but we're so glad to be back home to share this wonderful technology and business with you guys. So, Vicky, I know you have a few words. You want to go ahead and come in?
Yes. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. It was such a wonderful time going to Punta Mita, Mexico. We met so many wonderful people there. Jesus, we've met in Utah and we've seen him on the Zooms, but we got to actually meet Lupita, his wife, in person. And she's just a beautiful, beautiful soul and woman. I could spend every day with this girl. So, she was definitely a blessing. I enjoyed my time with her celebrating with Lorenzo, and meeting a lot of the amazing leaders like Dr. Stacy, getting pictures with Dr. Jen O'Sullivan, just those amazing leaders that we have so much to learn from, right? And then we also met a younger couple, JD and Christy, and he is an identical twin. And then he was telling us that he has identical twin girls. So we had something in common from the beginning, and just they're doing amazing things. And we were talking with him. He took a lot of videos, pictures, and he said something that stuck with me, and this is so true because with us celebrating over there, just so everybody knows, my team, you're in my heart, you're in our heart, should I say, when we're celebrating, because this wouldn't be possible without you guys. So, I didn't want to post or brag or anything, but, we did miss you guys coming over there. So next incentives trip, we hope that everyone's going to join us. But when we celebrate, it's because of team effort, not just it's not a me thing, it's a we thing, right? So I'm just thankful to have had the opportunity to experience that. And I'm going to turn this over to my husband.
Thank you, Vicky. That was incredible. Yes, we could fill you for hours of pictures. I probably took over 3,000 pictures. It just seems like every corner that I turned, which is so beautiful, and I really enjoyed because of having you guys in our hearts. You're the ones that put us there. I want you to know that it was because of you. Yes, we have a lot of input and working together, but ultimately it was you guys. And like Vicky said, you guys were in our hearts, but better yet, we want you there next time. And every incentive trip, I'm telling you, we're going to do everything in our power to get as many people there. There were groups with 20, 30, 40 people in networks that they were working together in that incentive trip. So that's what we're going to do. And I tell you what, and I'm not going to take too much from Lorenzo and Jesus because I want them to ultimately share. But I'll just say this one thing that really stuck in my heart is that we come together, we can accomplish so many things, right? Because one person can accomplish, even the word tells us that we can put uh one to flee, but 200 or two people, we can put thousands to flee, and meaning that's the enemy. So we can fight better, we can do better, we can accomplish so many things together. And I know that we can do it because it's all in our mind. Whatever our heart and our mind can conceive, we will receive. And that's what the word tells us. This is not a new wave guru type of thing that whatever you can imagine you can have. It's not that. It's nothing like that. But it is reality. When you put your heart and mind to do something, you will accomplish. Everything in the power of the universe works together to help you achieve that which you want to do. But also the opposite is just the same. If you have a failed mindset and say, "Oh, I'm not going to do it," and from the very beginning you're like, "Oh, I'm not a senior director, so I'm not going to even bother that," then you defeat yourself. So today we're not going to talk about defeating. We're going to talk about winning. And who wants to go first? Let's go. Let's bring, since I have Jesus in front of us right here, let's bring him on now. Jesus is a dear brother of ours. And it's not just his name that we love, it's just his heart. I'm telling you, this guy is so creative, is so witty. Like everything that when we're talking, I share with you one thing. I think a couple Zooms ago that we were talking about that I was in tears. I was talking about a wonderful experience that he had me to try. And this guy's like, Jesus, I'm 80%. I can't fit no more food in. He's like, you got to try this, brother. And he had me try this wonderful tacos that I've never had before. And then he said, well, you got to try this coffee. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't do very good with coffee. Caffeine and I just do not blend. And he's like, you got to try it. I said, okay, I tried it. It was a Ratatouille moment. And any of you guys seen the movie Ratatouille where at the end, the guy eats the Ratatouille food and then he it takes him back to whenever he was a teenager? Well, that's exactly what happened. I started thinking about my grandmom, and that's how I grew up. Most of us had milk when we were kids. In my paper, I probably had coffee. And that coffee de olla, which is incredible coffee, I didn't even know what it was until I really figure out and I tasted it. And here I am almost in tears. And Jesus said, that's wonderful because I didn't have a growing up grandmom like that. I had a Corella de Ville. I had the devil for it. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I went from crying to like laughing hysterically. And that's the type of moments that's only one moment. We have hundreds of moments like that. And that togetherness was so incredible. Just hey, what are we going to do for lunch? What are we doing for breakfast? What are we doing for a trip? And all these things that we did was just so beautiful. And of course, meeting other people and networking with so many other people in the bus. Anybody that sat with us, we got their name, numbers, we got their connections, and we're still staying in touch with them, saying hello, how are you, how's your trip, and so forth. So I'm not going to take any more time. I'm going to let Jesus and Lorenzo share with us. So, Jesus, you're here with us?
I am. Can you guys hear me okay?
All right. So, take it away, brother. I appreciate you helping us and coming on the call tonight. Take your time and share whatever you want to share. Of course, we have an hour. So, within an hour's time, and let Lorenzo have his little talk too. All right.
Okay, yeah. I'm known for not talking that long. I talk a lot, but not that long, okay? Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you guys today. It was an incredible experience, and you guys will see that. So I'm going to share my screen, and most likely you won't see it. So I'm going to share it again. And here I go. And it's going to be great. I'm going to take my time. I'm usually in a hurry when I'm talking, but I think what we have to share is important. Can you guys see what I see now? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. Well, I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to go that quick. This Punta Mita trip 2025, guys, was something incredible. Like Pastor said, I'm going to show you a few of the hundreds of pictures I took. And I'm going to tell you a story. How did we earn this vacation? And the most important thing is, what did we learn? It was an incredible experience. So I'm just going to show you um, when the vacation was announced in conference in October. I decided I was going to go. I told the whole world. I even made videos and posted them on my social media. And I said, I'm going to earn this vacation. So the first thing you have to do, you have to want it. So I really wanted it. I didn't know how I was going to do it. All I knew is I was going to earn it. I was going to earn it for my wife. I was going to earn it for my team, and I was going to earn it for myself. So at the end of the convention, it was October 21st. I talked to Lorenzo and I talked to my wife and I talked to my team members, and I said, you know what, guys, I'm going for this vacation and I'm going to do whatever it takes. So we started working, we started talking to everybody, we started doing in-person meetings, we started doing virtual meetings, and the growth started happening. This picture you see on the left, it's 2 months after convention. Right at 2 months after conventions, we have 19 managers on our team. We have 5 uh, directors on our team. And that was only a decision. I mean, it's not that I'm very talented. It's not that I'm the hardest working man in the world. I just decided I was going to earn it for my wife. You guys heard Sister Vicky talking about my wife, and she's indeed amazing. I mean, she fills my cup, and I did everything I did because of my wife. I did it for my team. I mean, for so long in so many companies, we have had dreams and goals and we always fail. So I said, I'm going to work and show my team that this is possible. And then I did it for myself. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I wanted to work hard and show the appreciation of my work. So it's not as Pastor Ed did it differently than I did. Lorenzo qualified differently than I did. Mariana qualified differently. So there's not a secret. There's not one way to qualify for these vacations. One thing we all have in common is we made the decision that we were going, and we did. We earned it. So here is part of the work that we did. But I wanted to share this quote. Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. And if you're a Christian and you don't believe on the universe like I am, the Bible says, ask and you shall receive. If you ask to make it and you work hard and you put in all the hard work, you will receive it. This is not for the top earners of the company. I was shocked. There was 250 people, 300 people that qualified for this vacation. And we only had a 2 hour meeting and it was just for recognition. It was not business talk. And they asked, are there any managers here that qualify for the trip? And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, right. Any manager will be here. It takes a lot of work. And to my surprise, there was 15 or more managers that had earned the vacation. Okay, so I made it my goal to talk to those managers, and they just work hard. So if this could be earned by a manager, it could be earned by anyone else. Okay, so there's no limit to who can earn our vacations. It's just a decision. So if I can inspire you to make a decision to earn the next vacation, I'll be happy. Okay, let me tell you, I thought I was going to the vacation to rest. We work hard and I wanted to go rest. But spending time with Lorenzo, you guys can see Lorenzo here. He is a beautiful human being. He is a selfless, um, heart and love. I mean, he's nothing but trying to help people. So going to a vacation and having the opportunity to spend time with Lorenzo, you can see him here. He should have been in all of my pictures, right? Lorenzo is always there trying to teach us, trying to help us, trying to show us. Whenever we have a question, he's always there helping us answer those questions. So if there is a trip to go and hang out with Lorenzo, trust me, I'm going to do my best to earn that trip. It was I did not go to rest. I went there to learn, to have strategies, and I learned something that really surprised me. Lorenzo actually sleeps. We had a restaurant that was open 24 hours a day, and I was texting him at 5 in the morning, figure out, okay, New York is already 8, so he must be up. Let's talk. Let's get strategies. No, he wouldn't answer. He was actually sleeping. So having the opportunity to spend time with Lorenzo was worth the whole trip. Okay. And that's not enough. We not only had Lorenzo, we have our leaders. We have Pastor Ed and Sister Vicky. We enjoy so much hanging out with them. We enjoy so much talking to them, learning from them. It was just a beautiful experience. And we also had Mariana. You guys know who Mariana is. If you don't, she's the top income earner in Mexico. She's the top customer earner in Mexico. She just reached the executive level. So surrounding myself with successful people was worth every single no that I heard. Okay. Every time that I talked to somebody and they ignore me was forgotten when I got the opportunity to spend time with Lorenzo, with Pastor Ed, with Sister Vicky, with Mariana Mercado. It was just an amazing experience. And we had all kinds of leadership right there with us. We have Meredith. They know my name. I had Dustin. I had Garrett. Everybody out there was very nice. They were always trying to make sure we had everything we needed. So for this that I mentioned, it was already worth it going to this vacation, working very hard. But the number one reason why I went to this vacation was to see this beautiful lady smile to see this beautiful lady enjoy. I mean, we went 2 days ahead of time. It was beautiful. It was amazing. We spent 10 days in Mexico, and it was just an incredible experience. But every no I heard, every person that ignored me, everybody that left me with my hand hanging when I was doing a demonstration was completely forgotten when I got to see Lupita enjoy this incredible vacation. I don't even know how to describe this vacation. It was, I qualified to other trips before. I've been to other resorts before. I've been to all inclusives before, but nothing like LifeWave. They blew it out of the park. It was an amazing experience. And seeing these many pictures of Lupita smiling and having the best time of her life was worth it. Okay, so all of this that I'm sharing with you guys was just a decision. I made up my mind. I said I'm going, and I went to work for it. So let me tell you this: how did we earn it? Okay, it was a beautiful trip. There's not enough words to describe it, but I want to tell you how we earn it. The name of my team is called Opportunity, and that's exactly how we earned this trip. We started talking about the opportunity. We lead with powerful demonstrations. Lorenzo has made very sure that we all know how to help people reduce pain in minutes, that we all know how to teach people how to live stress free in minutes. But after we do this powerful demonstration, we talk about the opportunity. The opportunity, it's incredible. It's the best thing that LifeWave has, and Lorenzo talks about it every single time. Pastor Ed talks about it every single time. I learned during the vacation, and I already knew, but it was reassured. LifeWave is not on test trials. When somebody tells you, well, I want to try it for myself first. If it works for me, the whole world is going to know about this. We need to take a stand and tell people, let me tell you something. LifeWave is not on a test trial. LifeWave has been around for 20 years. It's available in 80 countries, and we have thousands and thousands of testimonials. This technology is completely proven. So we don't even need to explain the technology. It's a fact that it works, and it works 100% of the time. So we do focus on the opportunity. And let me tell you, I learned something from one of the SPDs that also qualified. He said something. He said, recruiting doesn't win vacations. Recruiting doesn't build residual income. It's so easy to recruit a person. You can recruit your brother. You can recruit anybody. What builds the residual income and what earns the vacation, guys, is building, building. And we have the amazing company to support us. Right now, we have managers. If you help a person go to manager, they're gonna earn $100, and you being the sponsor, you're gonna earn $50. The whole reason why the company has these promotions is because they want to help us build. So when we are talking to people, we do a powerful demonstration. We need to focus and talk about the opportunity. That's how we build. That's how we earn vacations. That's how we get everything done. Concentrating on the vision. Okay. Look at this chart. This is incredible. Our technology, guys, is clinically proven. So I mean, what else can I say? This is not a gimmick. This is science, and it's non-transdermal. So there's nobody having any allergies, and it's patented. So there's absolutely no competition. In the last 6 years, we have had a growth of 21 times. We went from doing $23 million in 2018 to over $500 million in 2024. What does that tell you? Technology, it's proven, it works 100% of the time. All we have to do is follow the system. What Pastor Ed teaches us, what Sister Vicky teaches us, what Lorenzo teaches us. Make it simple, do demonstrations, and concentrate in the technology. I love this chart that Lorenzo shared with me. All we have to say is, who do you know that is tired of just earning enough? There's a lot of people out there that are tired of just earning enough. Who do you know that doesn't want to get any older or get sick? Everybody around us. Who wants to help their community? Who wants to make a difference on this world? Who wants to make an additional income? We have that on our hands. We need to have posture and tell people, you know what, LifeWave, it's about to take off. And I'll go to my last slide. We talk about vision. We know what we have on our hands, and Lorenzo always says this. We have diamonds on our hands. Okay, we are already in. We're blessed. We're already in the company. All we have to do, we need to talk to people and tell them, okay, listen to me, Mr. Prospect. In 2 to 3 years, LifeWave is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Look at the last 6 years. The next 3 years are going to be incredibly big. Do you want to be part of this or not? If they tell you, oh, I want to try the product first, tell them the product is proven and the company backs it up by 30 days money back guarantee. What you need to do right now, you need to save your spot and go to work because this is how it's going to grow with you or without you. So the way we earned this vacation was talking about vision, developing team members. I was so honored. I was so excited. There was recognition right there on the trip. There was recognition, and there was 300 memberships right there. And they talk about the top 10 brand partners in out of the 300. And I'm going to tell you, Pastor Ed was mentioned on the top 10. Lorenzo was mentioned on the top 10. Mariana was mentioned on the top 10. And Lupita and I were mentioned on the top 10 of the 300 people that were there. Your team, the people telling you how to do this business, the people willing to coach you, the people willing to help you grow this business. The four of us were on the top 10. That means there was at least 295 people that were there and did not make it on the top 10. We are blessed. We are at the right company. We are with the right mentors, and we are on the right time. We already positioned ourselves in this company. And the people around you, they need to hear about the opportunity and the vision and what's to come. And that's all I have to share, Pastor Ed.
Wow, that was incredible, brother. Thank you so much for adding so much info, and the pictures are worth so much. We love your wife. We fell in love with her. She's so sweet, and so are you. you know,
Thank you.
you,
Thank
you
you.
know,
You knew it was lovely.
I know you give really good hugs, and it's
Thank
so
you.
wonderful because we talk about business, we talk about vision, but so important is the relationship that you're gathering. You can have a business where you can love the people that you're with and you can choose them. That's so important because we've been in businesses before and I really didn't like the partner that I had. You know what I mean? And you were stuck. And I remember going to work and feeling heart palpitations because, working with somebody that you don't want to be with. But this is a business that you can choose. And exactly what you said, brother, it's a patented, it's proven. There's no testing. Yes, you want to test? Well, you know what? You're going to be at the end of the parade. You want to be in the front of it with us? Here we are. And being consistent and this is not being modest or being arrogant. This is about being true to who you are and what you represent in the business. And that's how I am. I'm a business owner. Nobody can tell me how to set a stone. Nobody can tell me how to polish, even though my dad showed me when I was little, right? But there was no other person that can teach me. Of course, if I want to learn something new, I'm wide open to learn it, but nobody can teach me how to do what I'm best at, right? And what we are best at, guys, is at networking and at sharing the technology with other people. So don't be shy, be courageous. One of the love reading Jordan Peterson, and one of the books that there's a 12 books of success, 12 books of I think it's 12 rules to a fruitful life. And one of the rules is stand up and put your head up. And that, put your shoulders back and head up. That's number one rule. That means you're not being defeated. That means you're being courageous. That means you're being strong, and you can do anything that you set your mind to do. So next we have Lorenzo. Lorenzo, we have about 30 minutes for you. So I leave it for you because I know that we want to gather from you all the information that you can give us because you are an awesome brother. We appreciate, we love you. We thank God that we have such a humble person, talking about leadership, talking about servanthood. You are the most humble person, the most servant person that I've ever met in this type of business. And when we come behind you, it's just like in Jesus, you grab the hem of the garment. We want to grab your belt, and we want to go where you're going with this business because you are the leaders of leaders. Everybody, and I remember taking a picture of you, Meredith, Mario, and I believe it was Geraldo, and they were all the executive guys, all the executive team that was there was surrounding Lorenzo, and I'm like, I gotta capture this moment. And you know what that moment told me is that those people you have their ears. And I want you might not want to share this story, but I want you to share it. If you don't share it, I'll share it. It's what Meredith did to you and to Jesus when you were in Prayer, Utah. So you're here with us, Lorenzo?
Yeah,
Why
I'm
don't
here. I'm here,
you
brother. I'm
go
here.
ahead and share what you have for us, brother?
Definitely. I'll be happy to. Well, I'll start with that story, brother. Thank you very much for the invitation, brother. It's always a blessing, a pleasure to share a few moments with you and all your teams. That moment really taught me a huge lesson. Jesus wanted to do a meeting at corporate, and for whatever reason, we couldn't make it happen logistically with the right terminals. So I had no choice but to talk to the president, which is Meredith, and because I see the conviction and intention of Jesus. I mean, so he definitely wanted to fly with this business. So he, I mean, you guys know I run with whoever wants to run. I walk with whoever wants to walk. But Jesus is like, Lorenzo, I'm flying. I want a meeting there, and he wanted on Saturday. Now keep this in mind. On Saturdays, there are no staff members working. Okay. So when I spoke to the president director of sales for LifeWave, he gave me all the reasons why it was not possible. And there were legit reasons, reasons. They were like, we need to hire more people. We need to have people on overtime. And I said, okay, thank you. So I went to the president, and Meredith said, Lorenzo, if you guys want to have the Super Saturday here at corporate, you're going to have it. So come here. So we were ready. I told Jesus is ready. So we arrived. And what a surprise I found. When we arrived, Jesus and I were the first ones walking into the room. And I saw the president of the company, Meredith, cleaning the tables and putting the chairs together for us. Now, that really caught my attention because I've been in this industry since 1993. And usually the presidents of the company are like untouchable, are like, you know, in order for you to reach the president of the company, you gotta jump several hoops and et cetera, et cetera. So it was a huge lesson of life to see her really doing that for me. And I obviously I thank her and say, Mary, really what you are doing really calls my attention because you're teaching us the type of leadership that LifeWave has. So and she's the way you see it, that's the way she is. So she was there on Saturday. She didn't have to work on Saturday, and she waited until we finished the meeting. She took a picture with all of us and shared a few words with us. So I'm very thankful. But besides that, I want you to know that we are definitely in the right place, and we couldn't be better timing. It couldn't be better timing. The time that we have now is the best time for someone to really jump into this project and create whatever result he wants to create. Now, for you, for me, all of you are leaders. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you as a leader. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. And that is my purpose. My purpose for me to really help you see what you have in your hands and what is coming. Okay, because, and I want to just clarify this. You guys know I don't motivate people. I don't like motivating people, because motivating people is like taking a shower. By tomorrow, that motivation is going to go down and you're going to need another shower. No, I just want you to see the vision, and then you find the purpose that you have in life, and you find that motive for action. That motive for action, once you find it in your life, is going to be more powerful than any motivation video, any motivation CD that you can watch. Because why? And I'll give you an example, and I'll take with out of respect, I'll take Jesus. His purpose in this trip was his wife. It was not him. Because he told me, Lorenzo, I want to take Lupita to that trip. Since day one, he told me that. So I knew he was going to create that result. Why? Because he had a purpose that it was pushing him to create that result. Now, Jesus, and I'm just using Jesus as an example because he's here and he just spoke, but he told me, not once, more than twice, Lorenzo, I want to sit down with you. I want to strategize. I mean, we're on vacation in Punta Mita. And I said, Jesus, how about we do it tomorrow at 6 a.m.? I thought Jesus was going to tell me, no, it's too early. He was like, sure. So one of the pictures that he showed, we are there. It was a little bit before 6 a.m. and he was there, all ears, taking notes. And so I want to really acknowledge, because he focused on what he wanted to create. And that is true. Every single being that is connected to this Zoom right now, we all have the power to create whatever we want. Whatever we want. And the only reason we haven't created is because we haven't created. We haven't made that decision like, you know what, I'm going to create it. Once you decide to create it, trust me, you're going to find the resources. And it's not about time. It's not about money. It's about you making the decision, you know what, I'm taking this to the next level. Now, I want to show something, because I always like to show examples of successful people. And I want to show you this. Let me know, Pastor, if you can see the screen.
Good.
Okay. So I wanna make sure that we all understand the word vision. I know all of you do, but please allow me to repeat it. And I want you to focus on the definition number 2, the ability to think about, okay? The ability to think about or plan the future with imagination. I want you to take that home. With imagination. Use that powerful tool that you already have. It's free. Imagine what you want to create, and imagine big. It's the same job to imagine small and imagine big. Go and imagine big what you want to create. So this is super powerful for you, and you can apply this to your LifeWave business, and you can apply this to your life. What is the vision that you have for you and your family in 5 years? What is the vision that you have for your business in 2 years, in 3 years, in 5 years? Now apply this definition, the second definition, the ability to think about or plan the future with imagination. It says, or wisdom. All of you guys are very wise. All of you already have the wisdom, and you have proven it. I can assure you that you can look back in this lifetime and see all the amazing things you have created. Your family, your kids, your house. You already have done many amazing things. So the wisdom, you already have it. Use that imagination to create your vision. Now, I'm going to show you some examples of some visionaries, and the vision changes. Okay? So you don't have to get stuck with a vision of like, I wanted to create $100 per week. No, you can change that. Now, use your imagination and change that. No, I want to create $10,000 per week, $100,000 a week, whatever that is. But change that vision to whatever you want. It's not what I want, it's what you want. And I'm going to tell you about this guy that all of us know, Jeff Bezos. He has done an amazing job with Amazon. But notice one thing. His vision in 94, 95 was books. Remember? He started with books. That was his vision. He wanted to have an online bookstore, and a lot of people was criticizing him and telling him it's not the same thing to fill the book. But the guy focused on his vision. Now, through the times, that vision has changed and had changed dramatically. Now, the guy went from books to have an everything store. You were able to find every single thing in Amazon. And for sure, he was the e-commerce leader. Now, in days, he's on space exploration. So notice how his vision has changed. And I want you to apply this to your life. Is it time for you to change your vision? I'm not here to tell you to change it or not. It's about you. Then the question is for you. Is it time for you to change your vision? If it is time, good. If it is not time, it's good too. It's your life. It's your call. Now, I'm going to give you another example. Steve Jobs. Original vision in 1976 was to make a computer for the rest of us. You guys remember, maybe some of you watched the movie as well. He wanted to democratize technology and make it accessible for everyone. Now, until 2011, the vision evolved. And I love that word, evolved. He created a revolutionary products that now, I don't want to say everybody wants to have them, because some people, they don't like Apple, and it's totally fine. But notice that to have one of his products is like, you have quality, you have design, you have a class, and it's going to have a user-friendly experience. So that was his vision, and he definitely accomplished it. Now let's talk about Ellen. And this guy, I respect him big time. I like when I see people like crazy like him, because notice his original vision was with Tesla. Remember, he wanted to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy, and he was criticized left and right because it was not in agreement with what normal people were thinking. But he continued focusing on that vision. Now, that vision evolved. If you notice, nowadays, his vision is to colonize Mars. A lot of people tell him this crazy. I mean, do I agree with that? Maybe not. But the guy's going to do it either or. So that's what I want you to do. Focus on your vision. Doesn't matter if your neighbor doesn't agree. Doesn't matter if your mother-in-law doesn't agree. It's your vision. Focus. Use that imagination. What do you want to create? Now, going back to Ellen, one of his other visions is to merge humans with AI. Do I agree with that? Maybe not. But the guy is focused on his vision. So now let's talk about Walt. I really admire, respect this being huge time because what he has done. And his original vision was to tell timeless story through animation. Some of you remember the story that he took his daughters to this park, and he wanted to have the families live an experience and the whole thing. So his vision was evolving through the times. And I'm going to do a parenthesis here with him for you guys to know the power of every one of us. When Epcot was doing the grand opening, he was not there with the body anymore. And one of his relatives was like, oh, I wish Walt would see this. Somebody else approached him and said, I have news for you. Walt already saw this. And I want to make sure you understand my Spanglish with this. Walt already saw it. Why? Because before he materialized it in the physical universe, he already had it in his imagination. So we are not going to be able to create anything that we don't imagine. As simple as that. So if you think $100,000 a week, $50,000 a week, $10,000 a week, $1,000 a week is too much, I have news for you. Impossible for you to materialize it in the physical universe. So you got to convince yourself why it is possible. And if you're not able to, talk to your upline, talk to your team. We'll help you so you can see how doable and how possible it is. So you can use that imagination and really focus on creating the result that you want for you and your family. And I'm going to use Walt as an example. He already saw Epcot. And I mean, everybody knows what Epcot is. It's a park that he created, an amazing park. So he already saw it. So all of us have seen what we have created. I can assure you, and once again, I'm going to use Jesus as an example. Jesus already saw himself in a trip before he earned it because he was visualizing it. Okay, so now let's go back to Walt. So now his vision evolved, and I love this other word, legacy. Evolved legacy vision. He created immersive magical experiences. I mean, we all, or maybe most of us, have gone to their parks, and that experience is unique. I mean, you cannot go through an experience like you have when you go to any of their parks. And the other vision that he had was lead global entertainment through films and media, and he definitely has done it. Now let's talk about a friend of us, David Schmidt. It's truly amazing. I mean, I respect this being so much, so much. And some of us have the opportunity to meet him in person, and he's really one of the beings that wants to help this planet. His original vision in 2004 was to help the Navy SEALs stay energized naturally. All of us know the story. Notice how the vision has changed. Now the current vision that he has is to revolutionize the global health and wealth. And he has done it. Now, one of his visions I love because his vision is to empower you and I, entrepreneurs like you and I, through these amazing technologies that for sure, are life-changing. Now, I'm going to invite David to tell you in a few seconds beautiful words.
It is an absolute blessing and a gift that LifeWave has not only survived as a company these past 20 years, but thrived and grown as well. From our humble beginnings in a small home office in Beaufort, Georgia, to multiple offices in the United States, Ireland, Japan, Taiwan, the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand, and South Korea, my dream to heal people with light was originally met with ridicule and skepticism. Yet, here we are today, manufacturing more than 20 million patches each and every month. Over the last 20 years, we have evolved as a business, and I am more excited about the future than ever before.
Be the light. LifeWave.
In those few seconds, you can really see his vision. You can really digest the vision that we have and the huge opportunity that we have in our hands. Now, let me do a summary right away. We went from books to space exploration with Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs from personal computing to revolution experiences, from Elon Musk from electric cars to interplanetary civilization, and from Walt Disney from animation to this empire that he has. Now, David Schmidt from energy enhancement patches, remember? That was the first patches. To empower entrepreneurs like you and I through this cutting edge and innovative and life-changing technologies that we can really take the opportunity and help millions of people. Now, I have an invitation for you. And the invitation is for you to create your evolved legacy vision. And maybe you want to write down what is your evolved legacy vision now and how you can change it. And I'm about to finish, but let me tell you this. I'm going to give you a few tips. And first of all, I want to help you see and maybe change the vision from helping the sick to building a global movement. And please don't take me wrong. I love helping the sick people. I love it. But if you help create that global movement, you're going to help more sick people. And I want to help you shift the focus to the vision, the growth, the momentum that we have. If you don't take advantage of this momentum, I have news for you. You may regret it later. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're going to say, yeah, I remember I was in a Zoom and I saw this crazy guy. Yeah, he was right. Don't wait until then. Take advantage of this. Take advantage. I'm going to give you a few points that are my recommendations. First of all, set the emotional and strategical tone when you do the meetings for your teams. Begin the meeting painting the big picture. The big picture. Remind them where they are, remind them where they're going. And remind them that we're not just helping the sick. We're helping this global movement. Focus on the wellness, the purpose, and the financial freedom that we can bring to every single family in the countries that we are. Now, I recommend you to reframe the testimonies. Use health wins as proof of potential. Testimonies are not at the door. Remember, you can show people what is happening. The testimony is not the destination. When somebody tell me, help me get rid of the pain, that's not the destination. I can do a demonstration to show them the potential of this technology, but that's not my goal. My goal is for him to see the huge potential. He may not be interested in on the opportunity, but I can ask him, who do you know that would be interested in making this a huge business? So if you help others to see this, trust me, you can create that huge movement. Now I invite you to think like the visionaries that I talked about. Challenge the team with vision-focused questions. This is a very good exercise. Ask yourself and ask your team, what life do you want to build with this momentum? What would you tell David Smith you are doing with this gift that he's given us? Honestly, he's given us the opportunity to take advantage of this so we can run with it. Now, anchored to the mission. We are not here only to patch people. We are here to patch the way for many, many, many communities. So I invite you to lead with that mission. Now, your legacy starts now, okay? It doesn't matter what you did before. You notice that every single visionary that I showed, they have changed their vision. So you can change your legacy now. You can change your legacy now. So it's time for you to create your evolved legacy. How do you want your kids to see you in 10, 20 years? What do you want to create in 5 years? With LifeWave, we're not just sharing patches. We are definitely activating other people's health, hope, and future, which is huge. Only a few companies can say we have that for humankind. So I recommend you to step into your purpose and create your legacy vision that you want to keep, and let impact your vision and echo for generations of your kids, grandkids, and family members, and every friend that surrounds you. So let's build something extraordinary together. We can definitely do it, and we're going to do it. I just want you to be part of it. So with this, I hope you really got something today, and you are able to shift that vision, focusing on the vision, the growth, the momentum that we have for you to create that legacy in your life. Thank you very much, Pastor, and thank you, everyone.
Wow, brother. Wow, wow, wow. You left me speechless. And I wrote a lot of notes, brother. I appreciate you and Lorenzo and the team for being here to gathering this information. You certainly have taken the vision that we all have, right? That David has, because even the word tells us with that division, the Bible tells us that my people perish because of the lack of knowledge and vision, right? And wisdom. These are all those words are synonymous with each other. Knowledge. Where do you get that knowledge? You do the research, right? Where do you get the wisdom? You ask God for wisdom. The word tells us that you ask for wisdom and he will give it to you all the wisdom that you want. So it's not something that, oh, I'm too dumb. I didn't finish school. You ask for wisdom and you will get. You knock and the door will be open to you. Seek and you will. It's the acronym is ask, right? Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. And this door has been opening to us. Thank you, brother, for taking that time almost 4 years ago when I put you on the call and we spent about an hour on the phone asking you 1,000 questions. You know, those questions that I asked you, brother, they were intended questions. They're not questions because I'm wondering if this works. I knew that it worked because I trusted you. I trusted what you said. What I wanted to do is, what I was doing, I was forcing myself to think that, can I think like you think? Can I go where you go? Can I do what you do? And you know, all those questions that I was gathering, and ultimately, it ended up with you saying, I'll see you tomorrow. That to me, brother, is part of my testimony. I'll tell people this till the Lord takes me home. You shocked me because I said, I know you, where do you live? Do you live close to us? And he goes, no, I live in Manhattan. I'm thinking, wow, that's 3, 4 and a half hour drive. How are you making that sacrifice? And you saw in me what I didn't see in me just yet. But now I see it because I have that vision. I have that knowledge and that wisdom that we can do anything that we want to do. Now, I made a really quick study in when a friend of mine that had asked me to buy Bitcoin. I mean, he begged me. He practically got on his knees and said, "Ed, please trust me." He begged me. He begged me to buy $500 of Bitcoins when I was at 25 cents. Okay. Had I bought, listen to this, guys. Okay. Had I bought just $500, who doesn't have 500? Okay. Let's make it $250. Okay. No. Let's go to $100. Okay. So if I would have bought $500 of Bitcoin right now, I would be $130 million rich. $500. Okay. Now, my friend bought thousands of dollars. He's a multi-billionaire. He doesn't need any money. He doesn't need to work. He closed his businesses. He's done, right? Now, why do I tell you this? Because he had a vision and I didn't succumb to his vision. I didn't believe him. I didn't trust him, right? That will never happen to me again. And I pray and I hope that you see that vision that David Schmidt has for us. Of course, I said that we're going to hold on to Brother Lorenzo because he's as close as we have to David Schmidt, right? And we were in Mexico, brother. I don't know if you remember this. And you were so excited about the grand opening in Mexico. And you took a picture of yourself in front of one of the posters that David has there at corporate in Mexico. And you did something that shocked me. He got his phone. He says, I'm going to send it to somebody. And guess who he was sending it to? He was sending it to David Schmidt. And you got your eyes kind of teared up. And he said, look, he answered me. And then it was like seconds. I was like, wow. So here we are. We might not, I've met David Schmidt a couple of times. I shook his hand. We took pictures. I don't know him like Brother Lorenzo does, right? I've hugged on Meredith. What a beautiful soul she is. We all talked about her. She's going to take us to the next level. I truly believe that lady's got a heart of gold. And I want you to know that we're surrounded by so great people, right? The people that make things happen for us. And here we are. I'm just a little Spanish person from Honduras. I came here I was 12 years old. And now I have a vision to make a business great, to make a network, to give you all the possibilities of greatness. Now, I could say, well, that's not in me to do it. You search for God, you seek the wisdom, you find it. But see, together, we can do this together. And the last thing I want to ask you, Brother Lorenzo, and this will be the end for me, is tell us a story what Jojo shared with us at corporate, at Mexico, with you and Jesus were there. I think that's, whether you want to share it or not, it's up to you. But I think it's really nice.
Actually, I'll be happy to hear it. I just need to make a disclaimer here. This is nothing against no one, okay? I just asked Jojo. Jojo is a leader that is not in our team, but thanks to him, Philippines has gone wild. So I asked him, Jojo, what do you do different? The Philippines start growing so so huge, and he was very honest with me, and he said, Lawrence, I'm going to tell you what I did and what other people didn't do. And the reason why I was asking him, because uh, Brother Rick and Brother Roy has gone many times to Philippines, many times. I lost count how many times they have gone. And I asked him, how come Brother Rick and Brother Roy were not able to do what you did? And he told me. So I'm going to share this because we can learn from this. He told me, I don't talk about patches. And they talk about patches. So you talk about patches, people want to buy patches. I don't talk about patches. I talk about the vision. And I get people that wants to run with that vision. That's the simplicity of it. And that is true. I mean, you talk to someone about the patches, and the first thing they're going to think about is that somebody that is having a situation with their bodies that is ill, and they want to use it for them. You talk about a vision, and then they're going to think about people, visionary people, that would like to take advantage of huge momentums like the one that we're having. So that's the simplicity of it. So, and I really thank him for that. And when I was sharing this with Pastor Ed, I said, you know what? This kid just taught me a lesson. And that's the beauty of these trips, that you're going to see other leaders. And we all learn every single day. I learn from you. I learn from everyone, because we're constantly learning. So this time, Jojo taught me that great lesson. Focus on patches, you're going to sell patches. Focus on the vision, you're going to attract visionaries. Thank you, brother.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, guys, we're going to end here, but before I end, I'm going to ask you guys, what is your vision? Okay, and I want you to write this down. What is your hope? What is your desire? What is it that you want the most? And of course, we talked about writing goals and writing them down, and that's really good to have. But this is larger than goals. This is much more broader. And those that are on the call today, I want you to start. Let's spend a little time. Let's just do a little exercise in your mind. Are you empowered? Do you have the necessary tools to get there? If you don't, like Brother Lorenzo says, ask your upline, ask the people that brought you, ask the people that invited you to this call. And if you don't have it, you can hang on to us, because we'd help anybody. There are people, and even in this call, and they will hear it from our YouTube channel, that are not part of our call, and they still get all the knowledge and all the wisdom that is coming out from us. So Vickie, do you have any end words to say to us?
Thank you all for sharing everything. Jesus, you are amazing with your tips and knowledge, what has helped you and your team. I'm going to use it and implement that myself personally. Brother Lorenzo, of talking about the vision and being able to shift and change that mindset for the vision to grow. I appreciate you so much, and we just love all the knowledge that you have, and we're always here, and we're always open to learn from everybody. But I also wanted to welcome and share with everybody that I hope you have a beautiful and blessed Easter weekend. Spend this time with your family and loved ones. Share the technology, share some stories, what it has done for you or someone else, because you never know whose life you can change.
Amen. I couldn't say that better. Thank you, guys. God bless you all. Until we meet again, we have our Zoom calendar is on our Patched Away. I really don't like to forget about the great website that we've created. We're creating a community based on knowledge and wisdom, and more importantly, vision. So even though we have sold and shared patches with people, to me, patches are okay. but there's so much more coming. And we're attached to the right person. And I thank God for David Schmidt. I pray for him and his family. I pray for each and every one of you that God will bless you during this holiday. Until we meet again, God bless you and have a good one.